All right, everyone, welcome back to level 3 of Map Your Success. In this video, we will discuss your career as a project. First, let's explore what is a project in the most simplest term. Super simple, no jargon, no professional terms. What is the most basic and simplest definition of a project? And by the way, I suggest that you hit the pause button right now and define what is a project for you, and also give one example. What is a project? Okay, so let me give you my simplest definition of a project, and I will give you three examples. The first one is an example of building a house. So a house in itself is a project. What do we have? Well, we have the blueprint of the house so that we know how to build it. Then we have the foundation, we have the walls, and we have all these other systems in the house which provide water, electricity, and all those connections. So it's getting complicated. What is a project? Well, a project is a unit of different elements that work together for a single purpose. In the example of the house, a project is the combination of different elements and systems, which might be complex, like electricity, water, which serve one single purpose: for a family to live comfortably in the house. The second example that I have is our Catapult Your Career website. What is it? Well, it's a platform which has assessments, it has courses, and it has an interface, something that you're all seeing when you go to catapultyourcareer.eu. So it has different elements. It has what the user sees, but it also has a backend. So again, we have many components which serve one simple purpose: helping people at the beginning of their career to design the career they love. So this is the second example. Many elements combined together which serve one purpose. And let me tell you about the third example. The third example is a book. Exactly, a book. So what is a book? A book could be a novel or could be a professional development book. In this case, you would have, in the novel, you would have different chapters, you would have a plot, you would have characters. And in the case of the professional development book, you are going to have different concepts, principles, and ideas that are explored. So we have different mental ideas and concepts that are put together in one single narrative, and that's the book. And the book can be also viewed as a project. So I think by now you get the point. A project is a unity of many elements which work towards one single purpose. Your career is a project too. And what are the elements of your career project? As you already know, the first two elements are your vision, which is the blueprint. If we look at the house, which is the website wireframe, if we look at the web page example, and which is the structure of the book. So your vision for your ideal career and your ideal you are your blueprint, your wireframe, your structure, the backbone and the skeleton of your project. Then you have the Linchpin Goal. The Linchpin Goal is the engine of your project. But this doesn't end here. And I know it might get complex, but life in itself is never simple. However, we can manage our career as a project and really love it. So this far, we mentioned that our career as a project has the ideal you and ideal career vision, which is the blueprint. It has the Linchpin Goal, which is the engine. What else does it have? Well, it has your earnability, your ability to earn money. It also has the X factor, or your element and calling, those things that you truly excel at and that you're passionate about and have desire to learn and develop, which are going to drive career success. And I will discuss the difference between earnability and the X factor. Then we have your personal network and your personal branding. Pretty much how the world sees you and who you are connected to. And finally, of course, your power skills, which is your discipline. Now, you are seeing 6 elements so far. We have the vision and the Linchpin Goal. And then we have earnability, X factor, brand and network, and power skills. And you might be thinking, wow, this is too complex. How does this work? Don't worry, it works together pretty well. Your vision encompasses all of the elements. So it encompasses your Linchpin Goal, it encompasses your earnability, it encompasses your X factor or calling, your personal brand and network, and your power skills. So you might want to revise your vision here and make sure that you include those elements in your workbook. I will give you some instructions on how to do it. And you might be thinking, oh my God, we did this at level 1. Why should I revise this in level 3? And this is a $1 million question. First of all, because hopefully you have evolved this far. And second, but most importantly, because right now you're not going to revise your vision, you're going to upgrade it, and you're going to make sure that it encompasses everything that the career project has. Where does the Linchpin Goal fall? The Linchpin Goal usually falls under one of these 4 elements. So your Linchpin Goal might be a financial goal, which is related to your earnability. It might be related to your X factor or your calling, your desire to start a career or business in specific field or specific industry. Your Linchpin Goal might be related to your personal brand or your network. You might want to sell to some people as a solopreneur, as a person who is developing their own product and brand, or your Linchpin Goal could be related to your power skills. At this point, I will also allow you some time to see where your Linchpin Goal fits and how exactly does that make sense within the frame of your career project. So to simplify this and to make something simple by internalizing it and understanding it, I'm going to repeat this one more time. Your career as a project has 6 elements. Your vision encompasses everything. It's the blueprint, it's the structure, it's the frame within all the components of your career. Then you have your Linchpin Goal. This is something that you're actively working towards, which is going to drive all your career success. However, you have 4 different aspects of your career, and this is only when you're starting your career, because it changes when you're 30, 40, and 50. But when you're starting your career, you have the earnability, the things that you can do at this very moment to earn money. Then you have your X factor, your calling, the things that you're going to develop and become expert on so that you can sell your time for a very large amount of money, or not even sell your time, sell products, sell services, sell expertise. Then you have your brand and network. This is your LinkedIn profile, your resume, your portfolio, or your Instagram and other social media profiles if you want to sell products and services. And finally, these are your power skills or your discipline, your ability to manage your attention, time, and energy. So I hope this makes sense, and I also hope that you're going to revise your workbook, see the picture of your career as a project, and also see the prompt that I will get you there to revise your vision, the ones that you already created, to make sure that it encompasses your earnability, meaning that within your vision you have a financial goal. It also encompasses your X factor, meaning that within your career vision you are going to define what is your calling and what is the direction that you want to go for your career at this point. You're also going to define within your vision your personal brand. How do other people see you? Who is your ideal you that you embody, but also how are others seeing you? And finally, you're also going to reflect on your power skills. How do you show up in the world so that you can achieve anything that you set? I will see you in the next video where we will discuss earnability. At this point, what I want you to do is revise your career vision using the prompt in your workbook and also looking at the career as a project, which is in your workbook. I just want to mention again that this might sound just a bit too complicated and complex for you, but in the course of level 3, you will see that money, personal branding, discipline, your skills and passion are all part of the mix. And if we really want to have a successful project, we cannot overlook one element. Because let me give you this example. If you're building a house, but you're not thinking about the electricity, so there's no electricity in the house, how are you going to live in this house? If you're building a web page, but there is no design, so there are no covers, no fonts, no pictures, who's even going to like or understand this web page? If you're writing a book, but it has no structure and it's just scribbles and it's like, or if it lacks some pages, who's gonna read the book? So your career as a project encompasses various elements, and we actually need to take care of all these elements, especially at the beginning of our career. Here's the good news though. This goes beyond your career. This is actually your life as a project. And trust me, if you take care or think strategically about those components, you're going to save so much time and so much trouble in designing not just a career, but also a life that you love for your future self, but also for yourself right now. See you in the next video where we talk about earnability. Don't forget about your workbook and the activities that you have to do there.